Hey, what's up? Clint Maximus here for Where's the Beef Gamer podcast. It's time for a beef review of Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, I was lucky enough to actually play the game on PlayStation 5, so this is my full rundown. So first off, if you're thinking about playing Spider-Man Miles Morales on PlayStation 4, but later on you're thinking about getting a PlayStation 5, my advice, if you can, I'm not saying to do it, but if you can, try and hold off because it really is worth getting on PlayStation 5. The game itself is good, it's fairly short and compact, but that doesn't falter that game in any way. In Spider-Man Miles Morales, we pretty much start off where the last game finished. The story in this one is fantastic. It's kind of like a coming-of-age sort of, Miles Morales becoming his very own Spider-Man. Miles himself is a charming character. I loved him. I really had deep feelings for him, especially during the good times in that story and the bad. The story is definitely broken down into different segments where it reflects on Miles' personal life and him becoming his own Spider-Man as well. Now, with me being a big fan of that first game, I was pretty convinced that combat was going to feel satisfying. It really does. Combat is fluid and satisfying. It's not just a copy-paste of the last game. Insomniac have really sat down and given Miles his own style. You can see that fluidity sort of come out when you're fighting and also when you're doing stealth attacks as well. And I love the new Venom skills, super cool. Also, the PlayStation 5 really makes good use of the dual sense, especially when it comes to swinging around the city and during combat. Swinging around the city is breathtaking. I was playing the game with the full ray tracing on so I can get the lighting and reflections, and it really does stand out. I think for me, this is just one of the best things for the PlayStation 5 when playing that game is that it looks visually stunning. The city itself looks great, snow-covered. There's moments where you just have breathtaking views. And the best thing is because that map is so more compact than the last game, Miles' side missions, they feel good. They don't feel overdone, and it doesn't feel like you're doing too many fetch quests as well. PlayStation 5 loading times for this game are super fast. We're talking seconds. While the game itself is a fantastic game, there are just two things that just didn't quite sit well with me. One, our main villain, who I'm not going to say or show any videos or anything like that, just in case you want to figure out for yourself. The main villain doesn't get used enough. And secondly, that is not how you DJ. Seriously, I've been a professional DJ for years. I don't think I've ever seen any DJ like this. Not only is his hands just hovering over those decks, not touching the mixer, not touching anything. Come on, guys. Spider-Man Miles Morales is an amazing step up from the first game, keeping true to the original format which made the first game so loved and giving it its own flair. And as I said before, if you can hold out just until you get a PlayStation 5, my advice is to do so. You will not be disappointed. Spider-Man Miles Morales gets an 8.5 over 10. Don't forget to join us on all of our socials. Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast? Just have a search for it. And also join me on my official Instagram page, which is @ClintMaximus.